So students, in this session you are going to learn other theorem, that is theorem 10.2 and few applications on the theorem. So before I start this exact proof of this theorem, let us do some small activity. So here is a circle and let me take one external point outside the circle. Let me mark this point P. And my question is, how many tangents you can draw from this point to this circle? Recall, from this external point, how many tangents you can draw to a circle? So let us do a small activity and try to understand how many tangents you can draw. And you can see here I have drawn some rays here, and in this, out of this, how many are tangents? See, the rays which are extending from a point P are exactly, there are only two rays are meeting here. You can see this ray is meeting exactly at one point, let us mark as A, and this ray you can see meeting at one point B. But whereas these rays are meeting at 2 points. You can see here, you can see they are meeting at 2 points. So with this you can conclude that how many tangents I can draw from an external point? Exactly 2 tangents. So what are they here? The tangent PA and the tangent PB. You can see the middle, all these rays, they are not tangents. What are they then? They will be secants because they are meeting at 2 points. So I can conclude with a small activity that when I give an external point of a circle from a point, external point to a circle, I can draw exactly 2 tangents. Now, one more activity. Try to understand, correlate to the theorem, statement of theorem 10.2. So, till now we understood, I can draw 2 tangents from external point of a circle to a circle. And now, again if I take an external point P, if I draw 2 tangents to this circle, so you can see here the tangent PA and the tangent PB. So if I measure PA length, if I measure the length PA, you try to do in your book as an activity, take some radius and draw one circle. Take anywhere one point outside the circle and draw the tangents. You can do this an activity. PA, draw one tangent. PB, draw one tangent, and take a scale and measure the length of PA and the length of PB. You can observe. What you can observe? Can you imagine? You can observe that the length of these 2 tangents will be equal. So this is an activity to correlate to the theorem 10.2. Then what is the statement of the theorem 10.2? You can see here, the length of a tangent drawn from external point. So that is the length of the tangents drawn from the external point to a circle are equal. Let us prove the theorem. So here we can see the 2 tangents AP and BP are the 2 tangents. So according to the theorem statement, what I have to prove? I have to prove that the length of BP and the length of AP are equal. So as I said, for every theorem you need given part to prove. If you require construction and proof. So here I have written given. What is given? Tangents PB and PA are given. And to prove that this tangent PA equal to the tangent PB. So I need a construction. So you can see here, join O to B and also join OA and also join OP. So you can see that 2 triangles are formed. Can you guess what type of triangles they are? Yes, they are right angle triangles. So where is angle 90 degree? So as I prove that the radius is perpendicular to the tangent in theorem 10.1, so I can tell that angle B is 90 degree and also OA is also radius and AP is a tangent. So I can tell that this point A is also 90 degree. So with this way, I got two right angle triangles. and in the previous sessions or previous classes, you know what is the concept of congruence. I already explained you what are the types of congruence conditions and what is the meaning of congruence. So now let us prove that these two triangles are congruent. To prove two triangles are congruent, how many matching pairs required? Exactly, we need 3 matching pairs. Now let us find out the 3 matching pairs. Now let us take two triangles. So whenever you go for congruency, remember always the way you write the triangles is very important. So here OBP, if I take a triangle OBP, I have to take a triangle OAP. I cannot take OPA. Why? Because O matches with O and B, you know B is 90 degree, A is also 90 degree. So you have to write OBP and then OAP. You cannot write OPA. So be careful when you are taking a triangles for congruency. So OBP and OAP. Now pick the 3 matching pairs. So OB equal to OA. I can write OB and OA are equal. Why? Because you can see these two are area of this circle. So OB equal to OA. And you can see here OP is common for both the triangles. So this will become another matching pair. OP equal to OP, the second matching pair. And what is the third matching pair? Just now I said that angle B will be 90 degree and angle A is also 90 degree. So the third matching pair is 90 degree. And you can see this OP and OP are what? These are hypotenuse for these two triangles. OP is also hypotenuse for that triangle and OP is also hypotenuse for the triangle OA. So I can mention this hypotenuse OP and hypotenuse OP are common. So with this, you can conclude that these two triangles are congruent. So these two triangles are congruent by which congruent condition? By right angled hypotenuse side, that is called RHS congruent condition. And once we know that when you prove that two triangles are congruent by using 3 matching pairs, what about the other 3 components? Here I have used 1 angle and 2 sides. So what about the 2 angles and the third side? So automatically they will be equal by CPCT. What is meaning of CPCT? Corresponding parts of congruent triangles. So if you see this, these are corresponding parts. So if I prove that my 2 hands are coinciding here with the 4 fingers, corresponding fingers, automatically my thumb fingers will be equal, that is by CPCT. So when you compare this, correlate with this example, so I can tell that these two triangles are congruent. And which part is CPCT here? The line segment, that is AP and BP. That is BP and AP will be equal by CPCT because this is a matching pair. Hence, we conclude that the 2 tangents drawn from the external point are equal in length. So with this, we learned another important theorem, that is 10.2. So in this chapter, you have only 2 theorems, that is theorem 10.1, which we already proved. What is the theorem 10.1? The radius drawn to the tangent at the point of contact is always perpendicular to the tangent. That is very important theorem which you may get for 2 marks. And the another important theorem is 10.2, where we concluded and we proved it. The 2 tangents drawn from the external point are always equal in length. Thank you.